morning, Speed Gaming fans. We got ourselves a morning edition of the Final Fantasy Spring Tournament. I am Melee Wizard, and alongside me is the Hangry Canuck. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, not too bad. A beautiful some morning of the week. I don't know, when you don't go to work, all the days kind of roam together again.
Given my work I've been on normally, that's how things were anyway. At any rate, we have ourselves a match between UrielMan and a Rumblefish. And just from looking at the party breakdowns, we might have something interesting right off the bat, especially on UrielMan's side.
Yeah, I noticed UrielMan's going with Teeth Rainbow, so, I mean, that's going to be kind of interesting. You're almost relying on spells here because you don't have any heavy hitters. I mean, give Damaza to a Black Mage, you could probably win the game, but if you don't find that...
Yeah, so we'll have to see how well that fares UrielMan. Rumblefish, meanwhile, is going Fighter Thief Double Red, which carries its own share of risk, because depending on how stuff like Fade and Nuke break out, we might be denied that as well.
Okay, I have just released the runners, so this should be beginning shortly. Russian? Yep, no draft.
Yep, there was no draft this time around. So for this week, this is the Fire Week. So alongside our standard incentivized locations for the Swiss flags, the Ice Cave, Titan's Trove, and Ordeals, we also have the Red Dragon chest in Gurugu Volcano.
And we're off. First thing to check, White Magic. Ooh, exit and Fade at level 1. Fade is unlearnable for your Red Wizard. Here comes the reroll.
Well, I believe that, I want to say that's Red Wizard learnable, Red Mage not. And he's just going, wow, Rumblefish just going not even checking the Black Magic, which apparently has like Bracken Fire 3, but going all in on the White Mages for that level 1 Fade. Okay, we got ourselves a ball game here.
That's gonna be a little bit tricky, because now you're not gonna have Warp, Nuke, Fast, Temper, so you're really gonna need the Power Bomb to make this work. Wow, I think I would have at least taken 1 red along with the 2 whites. But I mean, 4 charges of Fade.
Though, if you're gonna go, if you're gonna make a class change, might as well do it early. And hey, if you go big with it, why the heck not?
I mean, I can see this paying off if, say, like, Cure 4 and Life 2, or, like, Level 2 and 3 or something, then, I mean, you're pretty much undieable.
Well, knowing this game, it could find a way still.
Not quite sure if undieable is a word, but we'll find out later. Alright, looks like Uriel took a fight here outside to get her levels. It looks like Rumble's taking a couple of fights to try the same thing here. So it looks like Uriel will be our first runner. Did they check the... Oh yeah, they must have checked the shops. He's got a pure...
Yeah, at least checked the item shop. I don't recall seeing the weapon and armor shops being checked, though. If it was, we were also focused on Rumblefish switching things up.
Well, we got a cap in the bottom. I wonder if Rumble's going all White Mages here.
Well, the White Mages are the ones that have the firepower right now.
Yeah, it looks like Rumble's going to be the first to take on Garland without checking the chest, so if there's something good in these chests, well, there's a lot of money to get you spells at level 2, so Uriel's going to have a distinct advantage here.
And We got adamant from the king, and herb from the princess. So we got fetch questing going on.
Yeah, and they're close fetch quests too. So, plus with Bicky and Provoca, now you have 3 key item checks right away within 2 or 3 minutes of each other.
Yeah, it's just a shame that they're all in 3 separate directions.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. And it looks like UrielMan decided not to take the princess yet, and is heading. What did UrielMan do?
Looks like he got the herb and the adamant. Looks like he's going for the adamant turn in first.
Yeah, it looked like he come down from TOF though, so I'm kind of wondering if he didn't talk to the princess or not.
No, he did. I saw the herb and the adamant in his inventory.
Oh, okay, never mind. He exited out of the king's room. Okay, yeah, that will take you to Topher. My bad.
Yeah, that'll do it. And a good bit more money in the dwarf cave. And one fetch quest leads to another. Adamant turns into a ruby.
Ruby's pretty useless to us till we find a canal, a canoe, and a floater. And we got a bunch of hoorays! Looks like Rumble's going straight down to check this herb out, though. Neither runner has touched Provoca yet.
Nope. Yeah, so we've got a good bit of information here at Elfland. We have information on level 3 and 4 magic, and we'll see. We'll have a better idea if Rumblefish's party gamble. Well, there's an interesting find right away. Can't really do much with it, but at least now whenever we find the floater, we can do the class change, which I'm sure both of our runners will kind of want.
Yeah, especially Uriel. He'll want that class change.
Rumblefish not checking the magic shops yet. Interesting.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of money, right? So there's really no sense in checking something until you have the cash.
True.
He's going to have to come back anyway, so you might as well wait till you have the cash instead of wasting your time and double dipping to find out. But Uriel buying some weapons for his light warriors. I keep saying it because I see her sprites, his sprites.
Right.
That black mage looks kind of like a mermaid?
Apparently this is, I want to say, this is like the breath of fire stuff or something, maybe?
Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't played that game. Alright, looks like both of our runners are off. Ooh, sharks with cremate. That's gonna make the seas kind of rough at these early levels.
Yeah. And UrielMan makes it to Provoca first.
Give us a look at the pirates before level 2 spells. But he's got Fade and Fire 3, so these pirates won't be much of an issue. They are marked as safe, so... Plus he gets turn order, so... So is Bicky downgraded or upgraded, I wonder?
It's a slab, which is another thing that we can't really do much with yet.
Yep, just a hunk of rock he discovered. Ooh, look at that for sale. A cube, 10k. And I like UrielMan's decision to not buy this right away, because you can't really use it anyway. So you might as well spend your gold on something worthwhile.
Yeah, goodness knows later on money will be no issue, so by the time the cube becomes relevant, buying it won't be a problem.
Yeah, oh, and there's chain armor. That'll be good for fighter and red mage right off the start. Oh, thief, sorry. My bad.
Right. Alright, what's our level 2 magic? Not much. Not much on the white magic side.
No, Rumble's not gonna like that too much.
We got Temper and Lock on level 2. That's... The Temper's good. Lock, under these flags, they are useful.
Groggy Dog, Rumblefish did have a fighter, a thief, and 2 reds, but with level 1 Fade, not Red Mage learnable, in level 1 he decided to re-roll to a fighter and 3 white.
Yeah, just went all in on the big early firepower.
Looks like Uriel's going to give us the Matoya check, the pre-crystal Matoya check.
Yeah,
which is never a bad thing.
We do have 3 loose, including the canal, so...
Because if the canal's here, they don't have to go to Marsh.
Yep. Bane Sword. And the loose chime. There's our first loose item. Still not what we want to see just yet, though.
We're heading to Marsh. Now, with an early chime and cube, if you find a canal down in Marsh, which you probably will unless you find both the canoe and the floater loose down there, which would be an absolute miracle, I mean, the sky play mightn't be too bad of an option.
And that kind of play would actually probably help Rumblefish. Just because of all that firepower, even if you just go into that area just to take some fights, just that much firepower can get you a lot of experience real quick.
Yeah, those fades are really going to help him out in the early part of the game. I don't know how much it's going to help him in the late part, but... I mean, if he gets Life 2, Cure 4, Invis 2, I mean, he's going to be stacked for Topher. I mean, he should be okay, but we'll have to see how it goes. Now we have our runners doing the opposite turn-ins of what the other runner did before. And Rumblefish is already level 6, so those fades paying off in the early game for him taking fights.
Because all these early encounters, all it takes is 1 fade to knock him out.
I mean, like was mentioned in chat, when this is all said and done, if he promotes before 15, he's going to have 31 charges of fade. I mean, that's enough to knock out quite a bit of stuff.
I saw level 3, White Magic didn't have much.
Ooh, there's Life 2.
Life 2 at 4, okay. Rumblefish will love seeing that. I did not see what was at level 3 Black Magic. Level 4 has just lit 2.
Ooh, according to chat, level 3 had Fast. So you got Temper at 2, Fast at 3. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, but Rumblefish won't be checking the Black Magic just because he has no Black... He's not gonna see that, so he's not gonna be disappointed by it, I guess. Yes.
But honestly, with this much charges of fade, you're not really going to be relying on your fighter too much anyway, until you get something like the Mazmun and the Bonk, then it doesn't matter if you have fade or temper.
Right. Or if you mean fast and temper, but I see what you mean.
It's going to like this Life 2, though. That Invis will be good, too.
Yeah, the Life 2 is kind of on the expensive side, but it's still worth it.
I mean, Life 2 and Exit, I would not be scared to dive Marsh. And all the fades, I mean, Rumblefish is going to have such an easy time in Marsh.
You know, Uriel, man, making that trip to Marsh, because, as mentioned, that's pretty much our only option right now.
Question in chat, yes, Simple Sarah, though that's Trip White Mages for Rumble. He did start with a fighter, a thief, and 2 red, but once he saw fade at level 1, he re-rolled to a fighter and 3 white.
Mostly because the fade in question was on the 4th slot, and as such was red wizard locked. So I just decided, if you're gonna do a re-roll, at least do it early. It's better to do it early than to kind of second guess yourself the entire way through.
Yeah, if you're gonna re-roll, you gotta do it within the first 30 seconds to a minute, or it's just not worth it. Unless you really get bummed by something. Ooh, unrunnable bones and crawls here. See what to deal with. Oh, he'll probably swing if he gets the Massa or something, but for this early game, I think you're pretty much going to see Rumblefish throwing out phase like they're going out of style.
Yep. And that's all he did. Rumblefish did buy a house, so he'll be able to use that house to refresh the spell charges before going into Marsh.
So Upper Marsh revealed nothing here, so we're going to be going in lower now.
Yeah, I think the best thing out of there was an Ice Shield, which UrielMan can't use, but Rumblefish would be able to.
Uriel will be able to use it after class change.
Yeah, but it all that relies on however long it takes to actually find the floater.
Yeah, but I'd still hang on to the Ice Shield, because that's the best shield a thief can use after promotion.
Right. White, Fire Shield, Ice Shield. The same strength, just different elemental properties.
Yeah, and once you got a ribbon, then it just doesn't matter anymore. Well, so far we haven't seen any... Oh, my bad.
Oh boy.
This comes with fire too. I was just about to say we haven't seen anything bad, and all of a sudden, bam.
Alright, UrielMan making it to the bottom floor. So the canal's got to be here somewhere, or well, maybe not necessarily the canal. The canoe could be here. Some form of progression has to be here.
Well, yeah, it's going to be the canoe or the canal. Has to speak to the devil.
There's the canal.
But now you might as well finish the dive while you're here, because if your second loose is in here or something good, you're going to regret not finishing it out.
Yes. Yes.
Because, I mean, right now, these two teams aren't going to have any issues down here, except for maybe this. But it's runnable, so...
Yeah, but one quick fade knocks them all out.
Yeah, Fade is the white equivalent of nukes, so...
I want to say it's slightly weaker, but yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's really the only offensive spell a white mage gets aside from the harms. They had to throw the white mages a bone somewhere in this game. Alright, werewolves with poison touch, that's not so bad. Looks like Rumble's just fading everything out of existence here.
At a risk of ruining the joke, mention in chat about why it's called Final Fantasy when there's so many of them now. I believe Square was at the risk of going under when they were making this game, so this was kind of their last hurrah, and we see what came of it.
Yep, this was them going out of business. But Uriel better watch out, because another bad thing comes out from any of these enemies.
He does have exit. He's able to get that canal out.
There you go. So UrielMan now has the canal. He's got a boat. So now he's got some options here. But I think you'd have to check Crescent Lake first. That's your biggest option right now. Because if that's a canoe or something, then, well, everything just opens up. Or, yeah, according to chat, we could hit up the Ruby first.
Yeah, we can. Is early Sarda on? I forget.
Yep, early Sarda's on. So
Okay,
that's two.
Yeah, that's two item locations available now.
Yeah, the Ruby opens up 2 locations. And I mean, if one of them is the canoe, you go down to Crescent Lake, you can hit up Ice and Fire, which Fire is incentivized this week due to being Fire Week. You know, it would have been good if they would have called Water Week Shark Week. Alright, Uriel's back getting, reviving his Black Mage, I guess that is?
Yeah.
And he's off. Probably gonna stop by Melman, see what that shop has to offer. They do have the slabs, so they can translate that early, but they gotta watch it, because once you translate the slab, it leaves your inventory. That's for me off in my race last night.
You gotta remember that you did it, and when a race can go 2+ hours, depending on how friendly or mean it can be, that's something that you can forget.
Yeah, the Topher last night, ooh. Yeah, looks like UrielMan's gonna check this armor shop and probably translate the slab right away.
Still nothing about. We haven't seen. I don't think we've seen Pro Ring or Gold Bracelet yet.
No Pro Ring or Cheerio yet, so they're probably gonna be in one of the more expensive shops. But we're gonna get a look at level 5 white. Not a lot. Maybe Harm 3 for Rumble. That'd be a good spell. And not much in level 5 either.
Lock 2 and Quake. That's a couple things that could see some use.
Yeah, Lock 2 is good, but if you got Lock, I mean, they both do the same thing. The only thing is Lock 2 hits everybody.
True. And since you're likely to be using against a boss anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter.
It looks like Uriel is going to check this Ruby post-haste. Meanwhile, Rumblefish going to give us a look at the item shop here, and yeah.
Well, we already know where the shop item is. It's in It's the cube in Provoca.
So we know where one loose. We know where the shop item is. I mean, if you're in go mode, do you even bother looking for the second loose?
Oh, there's
our canoe.
Okay, so that gives us access to volcano, ice, waterfall.
Ordeals. Now here's a question for you. You have all this open to you now. You have 2 incentivized north. You have 2 incentivized towards Crescent Lake. What would you do? What would you feel more comfortable doing first? Ice and fire, or waterfall and ordeals? And there's our key.
There's our key. Okay, that opens up a lot of other options now. I personally had usually been one to do ordeals first, but that might just be me thinking vanilla game. But
yeah, see, I'd wait on Volcano because there's so many chest checks, and even though something's incentivized, you want to be able to kill carry when you go down.
Yeah,
you don't want to have to double dip that place.
Considering that the incentivized chest is on the carry floor, yeah, you definitely don't want to have to leave and come back just for the fiend fight alone.
Especially if it's guarded by 2 trap tiles, so Lord knows what you're gonna hit on them.
At least you can scout 1 ahead of time from on the previous floor, but yeah, the red dragon tile could be anything.
Rumblefish gonna see the Harm 3 heal 3 here. It's very expensive and he can't afford it, so. And Uriel making his way back. One can only guess he's gonna head towards Crescent Lake now. It's gonna be interesting now with the canal, the boat, the canoe. Pretty much the only thing not open to you is Gaia and Lafane, so yeah. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see how these runners route this out.
Yeah, when you have the whole world open to you, it's just a matter of what do you do first.
Yeah, and sometimes when the world gets open to you this early, it tends to throw runners off because you have so many options and you're going through your head like, where am I going to go? What's best? So I find getting early progression like this is sometimes harder on the runners than if you really got to search for progression.
Alright, so Urielman is going to take this key and go check the dwarf chests. There's a lot of chests here. Honestly, personally, I would probably go to Northwest Castle, because there's 3 more chests, plus we get potential trap tile information. We might see if there's a good spot to grind there.
Yeah, I'd potentially leave this dwarf check till I had the TNT.
I mean, you're already right here. You're right here. You're just going from Melman as a quick little jaunt. I can see making this play now.
Yeah, especially with exit. I mean, you don't gotta walk out. You can get right to the bottom. Exit's really going to help these runners out in the long run.
Oh, yeah.
But there's different playstyles for everybody, so we'll just have to ride it out and see how they do.
Yep, and it looks like UrielMan is making the trip to Northwest.
Not a bad play here. I mean, if Rumblefish finds a grind tile early, with all these fades, I mean, he can level drastically quick.
Sea trolls and lobsters, probably sea snakes mixed in there as well. And gerwolves, kinda about the grinding.
Maybe the lobsters and the sea trolls, if they're not that bad, I'd give them a few runs, but I mean, he's only got Fire 3 and a Fade, so yeah, I don't know if this is a very good use of resources at the moment.
No.
Oh, and something has Stone Touch on Rumblefish's side.
Oh dear. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Oh dear.
And what killed his White Mage? Did something have Death Touch, or did something just really attack? Ah, I'm seeing in chat, something had Brack. Well, that's not really nice.
No, it's not.
Uriel must have wiped that sea thing Lobster did. Yeah, so Rumblefish carrying around 2 statues now, but that won't hurt him any.
No.
And now he's got his canoe, he's got his key, so he too will probably do some key checks. So this is... Rumblefish is maybe only, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute behind Uriel right now. Oh, Ghoul's got Brack and Glare. Okay, that explains everything.
Yeah, that's not good.
Shadows, I imagine they normally don't have anything. Oh, Death Touch. That's great. Earth's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been seeing some dirty stuff in the early game in the last couple of seeds.
Oh, when you randomize those abilities and such, that's bound to happen.
And the Canaria Treasury don't seem to have a whole lot, just a soft, some money and an armor.
So at this stage, would you... It looks like UrielMan's going to be checking the Temple of Fiends lock chest. Would you do this?
Yeah, I actually would route this. I am going to start routing this in now, because, I mean, you could get lucky and fine. But I don't know if I do this if I've only got 1 loose remaining. If I have 2, I might. But with 1, it's a bit of a sketchy go. You might get lucky and get a ribbon or something. But
oh my, triple red dragons.
yeah, this ain't a grind tile you want to see, especially with only Fire 3.
And they hit pretty hard.
And they seem pretty tough. Faye didn't do much there.
No.
Looks like Rumble's trying to make his way back to Canaria to get some softs.
See, UrielMan got a free round. He's going to try and see if he can do something with it.
I mean, Fire 3 is not going to do anything to them. Lightning 2 is not. Hopefully the Fade is the only thing he can bank on. Oh, they rolled low, so... That's a good boost in levels right there.
Yeah, definitely saving that experience. Good call there.
Oh yeah, definitely, because you gotta run over it again up here, so... You don't want to wipe and lose those 3 levels. Looks like Rumblefish is following in the footsteps of UrielMan at the moment, so... We'll see what he decides to do next, if he's gonna go check TOFR as well. But he'll have an easier time with all the Fade casters. Lots of money they don't need at the moment, so when they find Pro Rings and Gold Bracelets, they'll be good, because they already know where the vendor item is. Let's just hope they remember to go back and get it.
Well, they won't be able to complete the seed otherwise.
Yeah, but I've seen this trip people up, too. If you wait too long, then you're wondering what you didn't do. But it looks like Uriel is heading back to Provoca right away, so I think he's going to get the cube. I wonder if he's thinking about a sky play if he's going to get the cube right now.
Possibly. Definitely a risky play here, but...
Q, I have lots of memories of lots of things in this game.
You know,
looks like we got Rumble
heading for Crescent Lake. See what item we get here.
You can't blame him because there's 3 key item checks in this area. You got Crescent Lake, you got Volcano, you got Ice. He's got Exit and Fades for days. So he could easily do Volcano, Ice, and Crescent Lake in a short amount of time.
Oh, he's not even going to Crescent Lake. He's going Volcano first? Huh.
He might want to dive the Armory, see if he can't find maybe, you know, some money or something he can spend on level 6 spells. But if that floater's waiting for him in Crescent Lake, and Uriel goes and checks right away, it could make a difference. Because the thing about doing Volcano, well, I mean, he's not low, and he's got lots of fades, so I think he'll be okay here in the Volcano. Because I think with all those fade charges and these levels, he could probably take out Carry.
And the Elf Armory doesn't have much either. Just a bunch of money.
See if he checks the trap tiles here. No, he skips the first one.
White shirt. That's good.
I mean, that'll be good for Rumble, especially if Invis 2 is, like, at a higher point. But really, the white shirt for Rumble is not going to be a big deal, especially if Invis 2 is, like, a lower level.
This is a play. Rumblefish skipping all the rest of the armory, looks like it might be going straight for the incentive chest and Carry.
Well, I can't say I blame him. I mean, if you do the bottom levels of Carry, and you don't find anything, it's a simple trip to come back in and hit up the armory, right? Because you got exits, so he's probably going for the big ticket item first, and he may come back and check later. So I really can't blame him for skipping the armory at this point, because there's only one loose left. And I mean, if he finds a Mazza, yeah, maybe a ribbon. But I think if there's nothing down here, he'll go back and check the armory right away after he finishes off Carry.
The one thing I'm noticing, if I'm not mistaken, it seems like Life 2 is the only healing spell we've got.
Yeah, there was a Cure 3 available, I think, or a Cure 2 available in one of the earlier levels, but nobody actually, but Rumble didn't buy it, so, I mean, he's got heals. Should be okay, but, well, Heal 3 was available, but I wasn't sure if he picked that up or not.
Right, yeah.
Looks like Uriel's going to give us our first look here at... Ooh, there's the gold Cheerios. Oh, and they're cheap, too. 11k.
Nice.
I mean, it's expensive for Cheerios, but I mean, hey, you want to start your morning off right. You got to eat well.
Definitely cheaper than they normally are.
Yeah, now, if you find pro rings for, like, say, under 10k, I mean, you can outfit a mage pretty good for under 20k, and that's not bad. I mean, I'd be buying gold Cheerios for everybody at that price. But Uriel's only buying the one. No, there's a source of healing.
There's Cure 3 at level 6.
Ooh, there's our level 6 nuke.
There's our ribbon.
Expensive. Ooh, a ribbon and volcano.
Alright, let's see what we got and it's the crystal at Crescent Lake. Or fetch questing.
Yeah, now do you... Yeah, but see, you can't fetch... See, now it's like, do you fetch the crystal right away? Hope for a floater? Or do you finish Volcano and Ice while you're in the area here? looks like Uriel's gonna go fetch, because, I mean, it wouldn't take... Well, yeah, it would take a while to get the crystal at this rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rumblefish is just gonna do this, and I think he's gonna hit up the armory after he finishes off carry down here. Because if he's checking all these, then he's definitely going to go back for the armory. Unless he finds a second loose, then he may not.
Alright, so the there's the Carib's at the Agama tile. So that's nothing major.
No, that's what you like to see.
And a
Ooh,
second ribbon! Oh, wow, okay.
Volcano is loaded. That's where Uriel's heading as well.
Uh-huh. So I believe the ribbons are on A and C at the moment. So we'll have to make note of that.
Rumblefish now gonna give us a look at this incentivized item. Unless this trap tile is bad, but we all know it can be. Because it's the usual red dragon trap tiles.
But we have, well, it's Scums, which we know what they can we know what they can do.
Yeah, but he's got 2 ribbons now, so he's not scared of their fire too. Ooh, 4 Cerberuses on UrielMan's side.
Yeah.
This is a good fight too.
Question in chat. Yep, Rumblefish did reroll, and whoa, there's the floater. Yep, it was Fade at level 1 that prompted Rumblefish to switch over from his original party selection, which was Party Thief Double Red, mostly because the Fade was in the 4th slot, which was only Red Wizard learnable. So Rumblefish saw that, immediately rerolled, and it's definitely been paying off so far.
Now that he found the floater, I don't know if he'll go back and check the armory. Got 2 ribbons, you got your floater, you got so many more chests to do. Your second loose might not even be required. So would you go back and check the armory?
Maybe not right away. With the floater, at the very least, we can get promoted for one. And I can see that happening sooner rather than later. For both of our runners here.
Alright, here's our first look at carry. I can pretty much tell you this is just going to be an all-swing fade fight.
Yeah.
No secrets here. Fade's hitting pretty good, about midway. 150s, 200, gone.
And at 35 minutes, we got our first orblet.
And yeah, not even ducking the armory. He's going straight for that floater.
Yep. Don't blame me, because getting back here with the airship will be very quick.
Yeah, and it looks like Uriel is going to check these chests and the trap tiles. So we will get to see what's in the armory after all, so we'll see if Rumblefish skipping it is actually a good idea. Because it could hold our second loose, potentially.
Though at this point, really the only way it'll hurt Rumblefish is if it ends up being either the rod, the oxyale, or the loot, and Rumblefish checks everything else first.
Yeah, it's possible though. I've seen more funny things happen in this randomizer.
I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying that's probably the only thing that would really hurt Rumblefish in this particular situation. Although it looks like Fish is out of fades now.
You can't run from these hydras either.
Oh dear.
I mean, I'd probably pop the white shirt. Yeah, there you go. And let the fighter handle it from here. Because if these hydras don't have anything bad, the fighter should be able to take them out.
Alright, so we've got the big massive chest in the armory. What do we have? Nothing much so far.
Oh, there goes the ribbon on that white mage.
Bunch of cabins. Opal gauntlet, blah. Okay, so Rumblefish isn't missing anything by skipping the armory. Okay.
No, definitely not. Rumblefish making his way through this Hydra fight, slowing him down a little bit, but he'll get through. And Uriel's not going any deeper into the volcano. Is he heading for ice?
Possibly. Maybe he's going back to Crescent Lake to heal before making a dive farther in the volcano. No, he's heading north, so it might be heading for ice instead.
Uriel Man must feel like he can't kill Carrie, so he
Possibly.
doesn't want to dive volcano and have to do it twice. Now we know that's not a good idea, but I mean I can't really blame him on this play.
I mean, with Rumblefish, we had the 3 sources of fade, so you had firepower for days. But with UrielMan, just has the 1 source of fade, and everything else is what, Fire 3, Lit 2, Nukes at 6, doesn't have access to that just yet, I don't think, so... that would definitely be an iffy proposition.
Yeah, well, Rumble's our first contestant in the air. He's gonna check out some Crescent Lake shops here. I don't know if he got the floater yet, but he might have stopped by Crescent Lake first. Pick up his crystal, make fetching this quest so much easier with the airship, and yeah, UrielMan did head for ice, so... Looks like Rumble is just gonna get an in and probably head straight to pick up his airship.
Well, having Fire 3 will definitely help out here in Ice Cave. There's a lot of things that'll do a lot of work here.
Yeah, and that could be another reason why UrielMan decided to come here. Because fire's a lot better in here than it would be in the volcano.
Oh yeah, so if we had Ice 3 instead of Fire 3, maybe UrielMan would have made the deeper dive in a volcano, but... At least this is an incentivized location, so there's going to be something here. It's just a matter of what.
Yeah, so it's not like this is a dead play. I mean, UrielMan would have to do this anyway. It'll just be easier for Rumble because he can get there faster now.
Well, you say we'll have to. It's just, there's no guarantee that it'll lead to something that... Like, really the only things we really need are the loot, rod, and Oxio. It's just a matter of those are, and it could easily be somewhere else.
Yeah, but I think Rumblefish might go to ice next just to finish off the bottom.
Possibly. With that airship, the world is open to us.
Because we don't know, for all we know, that second loose could be required at this point in time, too. Now, with promotion, that's going to make this team a lot strong. Well, not a lot stronger, but...
Now, how's that for a trap tile?
Wow. If Rumblefish goes to ice with all those fades, he's going to love this tile. That's grindable all day. All day, baby, all day.
Especially when you have exit, you can just leave at the end. Though the downside is we don't have access to warp, so we can't get through, we will have to take the loop twice to get to the incentive item.
Rumblefish finally doing his Matoya check. He's going to pick up his chime, and we're going to get a crown for our troubles.
More fetch questing. Yay.
More fetch questing equals more experience, which will make that vampire grind amazing for Rumble. If he goes to ice, which I think he's lost, or...
Getting the cube.
Yes.
Good of him to remember that, but ooh. There's the downside of the vampire pack. When they hit hard. Especially at the levels we're at.
Falconics, so far, no. Life 2 was level 4, which Knights can't get.
Nope.
He can get Fade. If he wants to use Fade on his Knight, I guess. Well, you know what? Invis would be good to pick up on the Knight, too. Just a single Invis.
Yeah, we haven't seen the defense sword yet. But there's the loot. Down to 2 required items now.
Looks like Astos is playing himself a song. I mean, he's already got 21 charges of Fade. I mean, you really can't stop this team now.
No.
The only thing that's going to hurt this team is if Topher... But even then, if you raise the white mages high enough, they get just as good HP growth as the red mage, if not better. So, I mean, they're going to be over 400. We get a question in chat. What item was an ice? We have not seen yet.
Nope.
Because UrielMan has not made it to the chest. He's been taking his vampire grind, and I do believe he wiped the last time, so it looks like he's taking it again here.
Yeah, and this trap tile was not on the incentivized chest, it was on the chest on the right side.
Yeah, so if Rumblefish comes in here with no warp, you know, he might not even bother with that chest. Looks like he's going to grind on these lobsters and sea trolls. I can't really blame him, though. It's not that bad of one.
Yeah, a couple thousand experience, but that'll get you a good few levels. If nothing else, that'll start getting you some spell charges on the night.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can just blast fades like nobody's business. So I like Rumble's option to reroll here.
Yeah, it's definitely been paying off here so far.
Looks like UrielMan's finished the grind and is now going to head on. An unrunnable Ocho and Karib. Yeah, Rumblefish is basically going to rely on Fade the rest of the way. Until he gets a good weapon for that night, yeah, it's going to be all Fades.
Yeah, right now, the best weapon he's got for that night is the Bane Sword.
Yeah, so the fighter could probably throwing out Bane swords while the other ones are throwing out Fade. Well, let's see where Rumble decides to go now. Is he going to make the Sky play this early?
No,
oh no, he's going to do the slab translation. Well, I mean, he is a Rod and an Oxyale from Go mode, because he has 2 ribbons. He's got massive charges of Fade. I mean, the only thing he's really missing is a good endgame weapon. And, you know, a good endgame weapon and a little bit of armor for the fighter, really. Then he just has to go spell hunting, because the white wizards can use any spell in the game now.
And if you grind high enough, you don't have to worry about it being like level 8 or something, because you'll still be able to make use of it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that fighter just sits there for a while. But these Anklos, they hit hard no matter what you're in. Ooh, there's a free gold Cheerio and a flame armor. So after promotion, that thief's gonna be pretty good. Question in chat: are their teams pick random, set, or up to runner? It depends. Some people decide to draft, so both players have the same team, and others just decide to pick their own. It's completely the runner's preference.
Although I want to say once we hit brackets, drafting will be required. If I read things correctly.
Yeah, I won't make it that far. Alright, looks like UrielMan's come across rates with stone.
Oh, that's not good.
And fire.
And there's the Thor hammer.
You can sell it for some money, but it's equipable. Best weapon a white wizard can use in the game.
And it's a non-fade option for AoE.
Yeah, but you got, what, 20... You're gonna have 30 charges of fade? What are the
Yeah,
odds
but
you're
if
gonna
you
use a
can,
Boar's
but
Hammer?
if you can conserve on that even just a little bit, those fades will take you longer. Will last you longer in a dive.
Yeah, I still can't see that Thor's Hammer getting any use. I love Anglos though.
Yeah, they're never a fun thing to see. And it's the bottle in ice.
Alright, so that's a check Uriel will be able to do if he ever goes back to Volcano. Looks like Rumble is making the sky play, or he's gonna fly somewhere else. Must be going to check the waterfall.
Yeah. And if we happen to get the Oxyale there, they can do Sea Shrine right then and there.
Yeah, so if this bottle turns out to be something like the Rod or the Oxyale, could take Rumblefish a while to go back. And UrielMan looks like he's leaving ice and heading for the port. I'm not sure where he parked his boat, but I don't think it's over here.
I think he parked. Might have been parked over by Provoca.
I was gonna say pop grind this late, but the boat's not. Oh,
He's turning
gonna
into
check the crystal. If the crystal ends up being nothing, you're probably gonna reset out. But we know the crystal is something, so. Because I'm pretty sure his boat is down by Elfland.
Yeah, you're right.
So this is gonna be kind of a long walk out of the way. Because if this crystal turns out to be nothing, then it's just a soft reset away. But as we know, the crystal turns out to be
we
the
saw
crown.
the crystal turned in. It was the crown that led to the loot. So this was a required thing.
Yeah, most definitely required. But now he's got a long walk back to his boat.
Well, from here he could continue the loop, go to Northwest Castle from here, then go back around to Elfland and get back on the boat from there.
That is true. That would be the route to take, but it doesn't look like that's the route he's taking.
No.
It looks like Rumble stopped at Onrak. I'm not sure if he checked the magic shops or not. I didn't see.
I didn't see either.
But he's going to fade out some Hydras and Ochos here. Life and Wall in Onrak, according to Thunderclaw. Thank you very much.
We already have Life 2, so that's obsolete. Wall could be useful.
I mean, you could still pick up Life anyway. I mean, you know, you're going to have probably close to 20 charges of Life 2 anyway, but
True,
you never
but
know.
having more is never a bad thing, I guess, but it's just a matter of whether you think it's worth the investment, I suppose.
Alright, UrielMan's back on the river system. Let's see if he heads for Volcano or if he's going to go chase that crown right away. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have Wall. You do have 2 ribbons, but I mean, you got 3 white mages, so you want to have them all.
I was going to go to Volcano, but then decided against it.
Yeah, I think Uriel's going to skip that Volcano till he sees like an Ice 3 or something good, or he got some charges and nuke. Ooh, mummies with the ambush. Nightmare, these are weak against Ice 3, but Fade is pretty much gonna wipe out anything in this place right now. Still haven't seen Pro Rings for sale, though.
No, don't believe so. Which means they have to be in Gaia, then. Because that's the only one we haven't seen, I believe.
I believe you are correct. Russian Bishop. Wall and Ribbon do not stack, but Wall is like a pseudo ribbon for a fight. So if you have Wall, it's basically you have a ribbon on for a fight.
And considering that there's only 3 ribbons in the game under under normal circumstances. Having that wall can help just to shore up your elemental defenses.
This is another good grind tile here. 3 worms. They're not that beefy, but they usually are.
They do have stun touch, though.
But they're not that tough. It looks like a couple of fades should get rid of them if they roll high. Yeah, I don't know if I'd spend too much time at this tile.
Well, there's a pro ring for free, and there's the rod.
And the only incentive location we have left to check is Ordeals. So if Ordeals happens to be the Oxy Ale, the second loose is probably going to lead you to the Bonk or the Opal Cheerio.
Yeah.
He's going to want the Bonk.
Oh, for sure. Without access to Temper and Fast, the Power Bonk is worth its weight in whatever valuable material you want to use.
Because even with all these fades, I mean, I don't know if you've got enough charges to actually get the job done if any of the fiends roll high in Topher. You're gonna need that night swinging.
Because while having, 27 plus night charges of, 30-ish charges of fade, that can be good, but it can only take you so far.
Yeah, you're gonna want that knight have something he can swing and really do some damage with. It looks like Rumble's gonna take these worms. I can't say I blame him. Run out your fade charges. You're just gonna exit out and use a house anyway, so you might as well use your fade charges for something good. Now, if the bottle turns into the bonk, and the Oxy Ale, is in Ordeals, Rumblefish may never see the bonk at this rate, because I don't know if he'll go to ice.
True.
And if you don't find a Mazmoon, say the best thing you find would be, say, a Sunsword or, the Vorpal. Without Fade and Temper, those 2 swords are pretty well useless to you.
Yeah, but it looks like UrielMan is making the Ordeals play.
Alright, so this will be the tail right here.
We already have the tail.
No, I mean like a tale of what the story goes on to.
Fair enough, okay.
Because if this is the Oxy Ale and Rumble goes here next, there's a good chance he's not going to see Ice. And if Ice does have the bonk, then, well, he's never going to see the bonk. And he's going to have to rely on Fade or hopefully picking up the Mazmoon. And if a Fiend rolls High Absorb without Fade, without Fast and Temper, even the Mazmoon is going to be pretty useless to you.
Mm-hmm.
You like that, Link? So, looks like Rumble is heading towards Ordeals. Nope, he's going away from Ordeals here, so this is pretty interesting. Is he gonna hit up Ice, I wonder?
It's looking that way. He's okay. I thought he was gonna check the armory for a second, but no, he's going to Ice.
Okay, so Ice before Ordeals. So this is a play that could pay off for Rumble right now.
Well, with the airship, it is a bit of a walk to get to Ordeals, so getting to Ice does take less time.
Yeah, so if the bottle turns into the Oxy Ale, and if Ordeals got the bonk. So either way, Rumblefish is kind of in danger of missing the bonk at this point in time. Unless that Oxy Ale is loose somewhere.
All information that we don't have yet, but the more places our runners go, the clearer the picture we'll get.
I think Oxy Ale loose and Marsh Keylock would be nice.
It would be mean.
Because that's the last place anybody's going to go at this point in time.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially after full clearing Marsh as it is, you're not going to go back for Keylock chest unless you absolutely have to. No, it looks like Rumble's gonna check this chest here, so he must still kind of be worried about that second loose or a couple or something or other, like a sword.
Right, yeah. I think we're largely good for armor at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the white shirt, the gold Cheerios, I mean, the fighter's rocking, you know, a flame shield or something, or... So, really, your fighter's pretty much a tank anyway, but it wouldn't hurt to see Dragon Armor or Aegis Shield kicking around somewhere. There's the X-Cal.
There's a weapon. X-Cal in, and then, so we have gold bracelet, opal bracelet, X-Cal, and black shirt in Ordeals.
Got the flame armor. Surprised it's not equipped on the thief yet. Oh no, Uriel didn't class change yet. Never mind.
No.
Hasn't been the volcano back to get the floater yet.
Yep. Which, well, at this rate, we might not need it. Which will probably hurt Uriel, man, just because he probably does still want to find that tail, just so the thief / ninja will be able to actually do a bit more.
So at this point here, if Rumblefish gets his bottle, checks the bottle out, and the bottle turns into the Oxy Ale, then we know that TNT is loose somewhere, and it doesn't really matter. Because the TNT would lead to the power bonk. So I think the only way Rumble's going to see that power bonk is if this bottle turns into your TNT and your TNT turns into the power bonk and the Oxy Ale is loose. Because if any way this bottle turns into Oxy Ale, he's not seeing the power bonk because he's probably not searching another chest.
Oof, that Life 1 is expensive.
Alright, Uriel is now heading for the volcano here. The waterfall, sorry.
Yep.
Rumble's gonna finish clearing out ice, grab all his good booty, and get out. There you go, that's good armor for your fighter. Opal, shield, ribbon. Yeah, your fighter's pretty well stacked right now. Especially with the ribbon, your fighter's stacked. So really, Rumblefish is just missing a good weapon, and we know there's one in Ordeal, so he'll probably at least get the X-Cal.
Yeah.
But as for armor, he doesn't need anything more, because he knows where he can buy pro rings. I mean, another ribbon would be nice, but I don't think I'd do a massive die for a third ribbon when you have two and you have wall.
Yeah, when you've got two, yeah, I think you're largely good when you have two.
Yeah, like I'll do Topher on one ribbon. So Rumblefish gonna get his bottle, probably exit out right away, and I would imagine he's gonna go check that immediately, hoping for an Oxy Ale. Because it just turns out to be the TNT or the power bonk. It looks like he's gonna be diving more chests. Question in chat, life reboot? No, one loose is still on the loose. We found a loose, Chime and Matoya. So, this bottle is either going to turn into TNT, which is going to lead to Bonks or Oxy Ale, or this is going to turn into Oxy Ale, which is going to lead the TNT into the Bonk.
So there's the Inf 2 purchases, and we got the pro rings at about 12k.
So yeah, right now his team is set armor-wise. Like, there's no really need of digging any other chests for armor at this point. If he decides to go Ordeals, he's going to get the Opal Cheerio, which will be even better. Question in chat. Ununiformed pleb. The Power Bonk is the Power Glove. And what the Power Glove does actually acts as a saber on your warrior that has it. So it kind of increases his weapon. But everybody just calls it the Power Bonk.
I've never been too sure why, but yeah.
Well, it bonked your power, you know? You bonk harder.
I guess.
Come on, TNT. Lead us to some Oxyale.
Well,
Oh,
there's the power gauntlet. Okay.
So now, from what we know, with the Opal Cheerio being in Ordeals, that second loose is going to be required, because it's going to be your TNT or your Oxyale. So there is more chests to dig.
Well, it would have to be the TNT to go into the Oxyale, because we already found, I think we've already found everything else.
You are correct. So the TNT is loose right now, folks. Get your guesses into where you think it's going to be.
Well, we know it's not in Volcano. That's been full cleared between our two runners. So
it's Sky and Sea, but you can't get into Sea without the Oxyale, so it can't be there.
Earth.
Yeah, no one's seen Earth yet.
Nope. But looks like Rumblefish is going to go to Ordeal, so at least get that Excalibur and feel better about on the weapons front.
Yeah, he'll get the Excalibur, the Opal Cheerio, and then he's going to realize the TNT and is loose, and then he's going to be like, oh my.
But UrielMan going another direction, going into Earth. We have the rod, we can full clear this, but he's checking trap tiles first.
That is not a bad trap tile either, actually. But it looks like Rumble's going to do Ordeals, so he's going to get Excal and his Opal Cheerio. That'll make him happy. Then once he gets that, really all he needs is that second loose, and he's ready to go.
Just a matter of where it is.
Because a bonk and an Excalibur and a bunch of fades, yeah, I think you can get through Topher. Get your guesses out in chat for where you think the TNT is, and if you are correct, the chest and the floor, I will gift you a sub to the channel. You gotta pick the exact chest. I know it's gonna be hard to keep track of, but we'll try our best.
Yeah.
I am gonna go on the fact that people are gonna be honest, and if they actually get it right, they're gonna tell me. And people are gonna verify.
And so the trap tile's not that good in Earth, on the Hall of Giants. And I'm already seeing one guess in Volcano. It is not in Volcano. We've already seen all the chests that are there.
Okay, hopefully we can scan back to all these guesses later on.
But Rumblefish makes it through the maze. Yeah, question in chat. Yes, Uriel did full clear the armory, did not dive farther down, so he's missing out on 2 ribbons on the floater.
Yeah, but we've seen, the only chests we haven't seen are here on Earth, and Sky, and even T-Lock Marsh, but...
Yeah, oh yeah, there's always that.
Has anybody picked Earth yet? Yes, the TOF lock chests have been checked, Herticus.
Yep. Yeah, nothing important there. And yeah, Rumblefish has not checked the armory. I fear that may be the last thing he checks, but since there's nothing important there either, that it won't hurt him if he saves that for last.
No, it's definitely not gonna. And he probably will, because I can see him wanting to get the fees. He's already got Carry out of the way, so he'll probably want to get the other fiends done. Like, check dungeons and have another fiend for a little bit of progression before he goes back to Volcano.
Right, like Earth and Sky.
What side can you, Bert? Oh, middle left. Okay, I got you. Yeah, Sky would seem to be the play here for Rumblefish. Bulk density of chests, got the airship, you're in the area already. Has anybody checked Cardia yet?
I believe so, yes. I believe Rumblefish cleared out Cardia. Don't think there was anything of note there. There's the TNT! Earth 2.
So I don't think anybody guessed that.
No, I don't think so. Oh, Rumblefish has skipped all the chests in Mirage 1.
Yeah, Mirage 1 sometimes will get skipped and they'll come back to it later.
Fair.
Because, I mean, it's a quick check run in and out, you gotta exit. Right? It's a hardship to check after you've completed the dungeon.
Oh, apparently, Rumblefish didn't clear out all Cardia. Apparently, he just promoted and left.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd seen Cardia yet, but it doesn't matter now. I mean, he knows where he needs to go and what he needs to get now. He's pretty much in go mode. Well, he is in go mode, actually.
No.
Oh, no, UrielMan's already found the TNT, my bad. And I mean, Earth's probably going to be the last thing Rumblefish is going to do. But UrielMan's got to go back to Volcano.
Well, I mean, technically, it doesn't have to. We have everything we need to beat. Uriel has everything he needs to beat the scene. It's just the floater and the airship that would just get you all these places faster. So he's gonna have to go back to sail and canoe all the way back to Volcano just to get that anyway. That mana being the last thing he does.
Yeah, the only problem with that is you're not going to get the power bonk or your class change. And that's going to be really important for this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I don't think UrielMan will be able to do Topher without class changing this team right now. But here's some more vampires in their vanilla location. So I'd be surprised if Rumblefish skips any chests up here, but we'll see. Yeah, like, Rumble's levels are looking good now. Like, if all those white mages get over 400 HP by the time he hits Topher, I mean, you know they're not going to get wiped out to one nuke. So right. That's probably for the best with white mages. But he's got what? He's going to have, what, 20-some casts of life too? So, I mean, if you lose one here and there, yeah, I think you're pretty much okay.
Yeah. Well, and there's the Vorpal. There's an extra option for it.
Toss it off the tower! I'll give him a sub if he tosses it off the tower! Welcome, Lilyfen. If you have any questions, feel free to shout it out in chat. Then our question, the TNT was in the second floor of Earth, Hormocles. Lilyfen, yeah, he does, but yeah, UrielMan is using custom sprites, as where Rumblefish is using the vanilla sprites. So it's a little hard to tell the difference.
Yep, for clarification, UrielMan is running Thief, Red, White, Black. Red Mage, White Mage, Black Mage. Nope, during the Swiss flags, our runners can pretty much do whatever, whatever, parties they want. Once we get into the bracket stage, it will be a draft between the two runners, so they'll have the same teams then, but for now, it's basically just a free-for-all.
What was that on UrielMan's screen?
It's dead now, whatever it was.
It wasn't the purple speed bump, it would look like I don't know. Oh, it was a speed bump. That's nice.
Yeah, it's taking the meme and going literal with it. I understand that one.
I now have nightmares of eyes. But it looks like Rumble's skipping onto the spider floor.
I've seen people clear this one first and then go back and do the second floor afterwards.
Yeah, Rumble did find a bonk. It comes from the bottle, so once Uriel gets his airship, he'll be able to get the bonk as well.
And the TNT goes into the Oxyale, which we knew by process of elimination. But that pretty much tells UrielMan where the floater is, I think.
Yeah, he knows he's now in go mode, so... And he knows the only place he hasn't checked is the volcano, so... So we'll see if he decides to go back there first right away, which I think he would. I don't know. Yeah, well, Rumble's looking for the second loose right now, I guess. So.
Yeah. Oh, there's a katana and Aegis shield.
Yeah, that's going to help the fighter. Katana's not of much use to him. The katana will be good for Uriel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If he decides to check those chests, that is. It is the greed room, though, so there's a good chance he will.
Yeah, even if runners skip a lot of chests, they'll at least check that one room. It looks like UrielMan is heading back to Volcano.
And Rumble is going to check the spider room here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Lich 2. Max rolled a nuke on me twice last night.
Oof, ouch.
And then the eyes, we found them on a trap tile. I was like, oh, this is going to be super sweet. To come out with Fire 3 and crack. It's like, well, yeah, no chance. Simple Sarah, I can't see him exiting. I mean, even if he doesn't have any charges of Fade, he does have a fighter, a power bonk, and a good sword. So I'm pretty sure he can still take down Tia if he has to.
Not to mention has that Bane sword, so you can just you can just spam Bane strats as much as you want.
Exactly, and all this fighting is actually going to get Rumblefish to levels. So once he clears water and earth, he's going to be directly into Topher without having to worry about a grind.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's one benefit of, I think the term for it is the walking grind. You're just taking fights as you go, especially in a place like Sky where you're going to be finding a lot of good encounters like the eyes, and even the Manticores are giving some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. I mean, doing a walking grind through Sky is definitely to play at any time you have good charges of whatever you have, like Fade or Nuke or anything like that. He might be in trouble if he hits a Warmack, though, with no Fade charges, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's unrunnable, especially like chat's mentioning, then I think, yeah, he could be in a bit of trouble, especially if he can't get that Excalibur up to speed before Warmack takes him out. And Uriel's come across his first ribbon, so he's going to get his 2 ribbons in here and his floater. He's going to be slightly behind Rumble, maybe like a dungeon or 2 by the time he gets out of here, but if it's a bad Topher for Rumble, I mean, you know, Uriel's got a chance. Because I think Uriel's team will be better equipped to handle Topher than Rumble's will. Especially if one of the Fiends rolls, like, max absorb. Because at least Rumble has Temper and Fast, right?
Yes. I believe Temper was at 3,
I think Temper was 2, Fast was 3, give or take?
Yes.
So he's going to have lots of charges of that, right? So.
Oh, yeah.
So I like UrielMan's chances in Topher over Rumble if it's a rough one.
But we will most likely be seeing that from Rumblefish's side first at the pace we're going, where I think.
Oh yeah, no, Rumblefish. This is at this point in time, it's definitely Rumblefish's match to lose right now.
Well, UrielMan's about to get the UrielMan's about to get the floater, so we're about to be at 2 orbs apiece in just a moment.
That's true, and Uriel has already done ice ordeals and all that, so it's just going to be a quick, and he'll probably do a quick bottle check to get his bonk. And then he's basically go-to. He's just going to be cleaning dungeons, but his levels are way behind Rumble's right now.
True.
So it's going to be close, no doubt about that. It's not going to be a runaway from either runner, but right now I'd say Rumblefish is kind of in the driver's seat at this point, just due to levels and stuff.
Alright. Bridge of Destiny.
What a run. What a run.
And seeing that he is running low on Fade.
Question in chat. Where was Oxyale? The TNT led to the Oxyale, and the TNT was loose in 2nd floor Earth. And Uriel gets his floater at the 1 hour 18 minute marks. And you almost can't help but feel behind at this point if you're UrielMan.
Yeah. Just from being able to move around the world faster, you definitely feel behind that. When you basically last location the floater.
Plus Uriel's probably going to walk and grind through Sky, but what's going to save Uriel is now he really doesn't have to check anything in Sky anywhere. He can go mode this now. Ooh, Tiamat with Thunder. Not that it's going to do much, but...
Looks like we're going full on Bane strats here.
Oh, look at all those Invis 2 charges down there. Yeah, I think we're almost going to have a not-so-bad time in Topher as we think at this rate, though. I think I'd be swinging that X-Cal, though, instead of the Bane Sword.
Might have been a good idea to have that Bane Sword on one of the White Wizards at this point, but yeah.
Oh, I agree, but in the meantime, UrielMan lights his 2nd orb. Has his floater, will basically be going to the Ryukon Desert, grabbing his floater, and then he's probably going to go mode water and air, I'd say.
Tiamat's got some good evasion and armor there.
See, this is what could hurt Rumble in the long run. If a Fiend's really thick, and they got lots of absorb and evade, I mean, Rumble could have a tough time in Topher, especially if he's got to rely on Fade charges heavily.
Yeah. But that's Rumblefish's 2nd orb lit.
So 2 orbs apiece, UrielMan is about to get his floater. The only advantage Rumblefish has at this point is the level advantage, and now. I would think the level is the only advantage Rumble has right now. I wonder where the mass is hiding.
At this point, it's either gotta be... If Cardia apparently wasn't cleared, it could be there. It's either there, Sea Shrine, or in Topher.
Alright, Uriel is now in the air, gonna check the bottle, get his bonk, and then we're gonna see what he does from here. He's gonna check out some spells. Level 7 Invis 2 will be nice. Once he promotes. I think the first thing I would have done was promote before I go spell checking.
Yeah. Just that way, if you see something good, you can actually get it.
Looks like Rumble dove straight into Earth here, so he's probably gonna go mode Earth, so I don't think there was anything... Well, we can't, actually.
Rumblefish skipping Earth 1.
Because he still needs his Octiel.
Mm-hmm. If he skip past Earth 2, that could be trouble.
If you're still looking for a loose, you can't afford to be skipping chests at this point.
Yeah.
Especially when there's so very little checks left. But he could be doing what he did with Sky, too. Check the bottom, if he doesn't find it, then he'll go back and do the top later.
I can see that being the rationale for skipping Earth 1. Skipping Earth 2, maybe not so much.
Yeah, he skipped Earth 1 because he could probably do it after he kills Glitch easy enough. He's not going to skip 2. He's going to try not to. So, yeah, he's going to come across his Octiel any minute now.
Good.
Then he's going to know he's in go mode, and he's going to put the pedal to the metal.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Uriel has promoted and is now moving some stuff around here.
I question equipping the power gauntlet instead of the pro ring, though.
Yeah, especially on a thief, that's... Like, the flame shield should be up on the thief, along with the armor.
Well, I mean, he's still rearranging things, but the fact that he's equipped the power gauntlet instead of the power... There it is, okay.
So both of our runners are well-equipped armor and weapon-wise.
Well, I think UrielMan could still use a weapon on the ninja, but otherwise, yeah.
Well, here comes the Cardia check, so... Second Katana or the Mazmoon could be in here.
True, very true.
Meanwhile, Rumblefish is just go-moding Earth. He hasn't stopped to check another thing. So Uriel's still going to have to either grind somewhere or pick fights in sea and Sky on the way.
I didn't really see what Uriel's levels were at, but yeah.
High teens. I don't know if she's level. I don't know if he's level 20 yet or no. 18.
Yeah, that's not good enough for Topher, but we'll see. We'll see how the walking grind treats him going through Sea and Sky.
Yeah, because Rumble's up around level 26 right now, so. Ooh, defense sword.
Yeah, that's at least an improvement over the light axe.
Yeah, that's for sure. Can the thief use the defense sword?
Oh yeah. I think the only things that the ninja can't use is the I want to say Excal and Wizard Staff. I think.
I know the Excal is strictly Knight.
Yeah, I know there's two weapons that the ninja can't use. Excal's one. I want to say Wizard Staff is the other, but I'm not sure.
Looks like Uriel is going sea first. Gonna save air for last. Rumble's gonna swiftly make his way through here, beat Lich, and head for water, so our runners will be high-fiving in the Sea Shrine. Just be interesting to see if Uriel decides to dig any chests or not. Yeah, I agree, Ale. If Rumble comes across a high hit point, high max, evade, fiend, could be in a little bit of trouble with three-way mages.
Yeah, because like the power gauntlet can help you, but when you don't even have access to lock, that can hurt.
I mean, the power bomb could help you, sure, but how long is it going to take you to get it up to strength? By then, the fiends could roll through their nuclear script 4 times, right?
Right.
And there goes the big purple speed bump. Alright, so that's Rumblefish's third orb lit, and he is automatically going to head for C.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna have both of our runners going in to see it about the same time. So basically, UrielMan's about a dungeon behind now.
A dungeon behind and about 10 levels. Yes, McBain, you can heal a nuke with 3 heal 3s, but you can't heal a max nuke if it takes you out. Oh, Rumble hasn't turned into TNT.
Oops.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
So that's the danger when you're in the go mode mindset. You realize that there's perhaps one extra step you have to do to actually be in go mode.
Yeah, I realize this is a mistake now. But this is going to give Uriel a little crack in the door to catch up now.
Yeah, a little bit.
I still think Uriel's too far behind level-wise to catch Rumble right now.
Yeah, Topher is, as it often is the great equalizer. So
Oh, trust me, I know.
We'll see
Every
how
run-
we'll see how it treats Rumblefish, and we'll see if that gives. Oh, there's our second katana though.
I guarantee you, every runner who would ever run this game has felt the sting of a Topher. Yeah, it looks like Uriel is just checking greed chests now, so...
Yeah, with that katana, I think he's good on equipment now.
Yeah, you're definitely, you know, both of our runners are definitely good equipment-wise. Orb-wise, they're tied. No, well, Rumble's got one more, but it's just the levels that are going to get Uriel right now.
And I noticed that he actually went out of his way to pick up that heal helmet, and I appreciate that, because that's the kind of thing I would do. Just although not during a race, mind, but that's the kind of thing that I typically do.
I mean, the heal helmets are only a heal 1. But I mean, that little boost in HP could be what it takes to survive a nuke or a lightning too, so can never hurt to have too much.
Yeah, and as spammy as I tend to be with them, that can also potentially help ease up on heal potion usage.
Did we actually see Cure 4 yet?
I don't think we did.
So that's going to be level 8 probably.
Yeah, gotta be.
That could be interesting. But both of our runners now high-fiving in C. I mean, Uriel's probably gonna goal mode most of air. Yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, it's basically the levels that are what's gonna hurt Uriel at this point. Other than that, they're neck and neck. But Rumblefish is on the roll, and what is that?
I have no idea.
Anybody in chat want to help us out with this one? I see a Squidward. It doesn't look like Squidward.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's quite it.
What was the meme for Kraken? I could see if that was like E-Honda or something. No, it looks like chat is telling us that's a buff Squidward. Chucking out a weak lightning too. Trying some Brax, gonna temper up that thief with the katana. So the thief should do some good damage here. I'll temper it and fast it up.
And a free turn, Kraken using Dark.
Ooh, 6 hits, 925 from the katana.
Nice.
Ooh, Sea Snakes with Blizzard really giving Rumblefish the business here. And Ice too. And pretty beefy. It's gonna take more than one fade to get them.
And trance on top of everything else. Oh, goodness.
Oh, and he used a silver sword. That's a misclick right there. This could be the end of his white mages. I mean, he does have life too, so this ain't a big worry for him at the moment, but...
At this point, I'd probably just swing.
Yeah, with the two ribbons, I mean, his two characters aren't really in any danger of going down to the Blizzard or Ice 2, so... He's got 18 shots of life too, so...
Oh, yeah.
Still good. I've refreshed a couple of times, geez, but...
Yeah, I know the comm speed was buffering for a little bit at one point, so...
Hey, our internet's good up here, Gregley. You know, it's the outhouses out back that get you in the wintertime. Don't got running water yet, that's all.
Ooh, how's that for a precision strike? Bringing the White Wizard down to 1 health.
Looks like Uriel is taking fights here in Sky, so he should get a few good levels coming out of this, so... We'll see how this is going to go. This is going to be close if Topher's anywhere near rough. Kraken 2 hitting like a Mack truck. Or Kraken 1, sorry.
As Krakens tend to do.
Yeah, when you got 8 tentacles of swinging, you know, you're bound to hit once or twice.
There's at least one of the white wizards at level 29. Looks like
yeah.
28, 29 across the board. That's some pretty good levels right there.
Yeah, and all his white mages are now over 400 HP, so you're not going to worry about a max roll nuke taking them out, right? So, I would say Rumblefish is in good shape here in Topher. We'll see how it goes, though. It could turn out to be a rough one. Especially if Piston Honda decides to fast himself and come out swinging. But then again, he does have... Invis 2 was level 7. So he does have 3 white mages and a white shirt. I mean, you know, you could probably put up defenses quick enough to actually circumvent Kraken, especially if it gives you a free round with ink or whatever.
Yeah, it just means you kind of... Even at these levels, you don't have that many charges at level 7, so you will have to ration things somewhat.
Rumblefish did take kind of a grind earlier in the game, but since he hit level 19 or 20, he's just been killing everything he comes across.
Pretty much.
And he is our first runner into TOFR at the 1 hour 36 second mark, we'll say.
Yeah, his choice of grind was at the it was the worm tile in Volcano, not Volcano, Waterfall.
Ooh, and gas dragons. This will be a good experience too. It must be unrunnable because he's taking the fight, weren't it?
No, it's runnable. I'm thinking maybe he might take this fight, exit out.
Yeah, because they're pretty beefy here.
Yeah,
that's 3 things and they haven't gone down.
Yeah, with this fight being this early, I could definitely see him taking this fight, gaining all that experience, and then just exiting, saving, and going back in. Or maybe not. He's still going.
Yeah, he's going to be heavily dependent on those fade charges. Ooh, and UrielMan getting a pretty bad fight here with some whiz vamps. They're trying to take his team down, but they're not succeeding, so... And UrielMan is level 21, So it's possible if Topher is easy, but it's not likely.
If Topher is easy, then Rumblefish pretty much has this.
Yeah, if the Fiends don't show anything rough, I mean, Rumble's pretty much, it's his race to lose. I didn't even see if Rumble actually restocked his potions or not. I haven't seen him buy potions in a while now.
Yeah, I think he just went straight to Topher after leaving Sea Shrine.
No, he didn't pick up any spells for his knight. And he entered Topher with 75 heals, I'm told. I mean, he could be relying on life too, but he might be planning an exit. He's using way too many charges.
Yeah, if he's using Fade on the Green Medusa pack here,
this could be just an info dive to see if the Fiends are bad or not.
Yeah, he might be just a scouting mission here. Plus, if he can exit out, that'll be all that experience in his pocket for the next go round.
Not even respecting Lich, going in right away. Lich with a Fire 3 comes out swinging, but the Fades and the Excal are going to take care of her, or not.
I didn't see how much damage that was, but it was enough to one round him.
Yeah, his heal pots are a little bit low, and his white mages have no healing, so... Might be better off just to leave the white mages low, and if they die, just life 2 them, right? Use life 2 as your heal, because you got enough charges of it. It's gonna have as many life 2 charges as heal pots soon.
And UrielMan makes it through the Bridge of Destiny. No War Mech sightings today, and we got Tiamat 1.
Rumblefish is about to come on carry 2. Alright, he's gonna put up some defenses here. Fade, swing, that's all you can do. Hope carry doesn't hit anything too hard. Ooh, what a paper.
Wow.
Ooh, Tiamat coming out with thunder.
Yeah, I think we saw that. What? She's broken into pieces, and that'll be UrielMan's 4th and final orb.
It'll be interesting to see if UrielMan goes in right away. Looks like the way he's rearranging his equipment, I think he's making for a dive right away here. Alright, Kraken 2, what do you got? We're gonna go with a little bit of the white shirt, some fade, we're gonna power the fighter, and we're gonna go with a little more fade. First fade comes out, hits Kraken for 81, power gauntlet to quad A, quad D hits a fade for 104. Kraken with Bane takes out quad B and quad D.
Oh boy.
This is where it could lead to trouble.
Yeah, it's just the 2 ribbon users, but as long as they can get... Oh, dang! That was some low roll on HP on Kraken 2. Wow.
Yeah, Carry 2 and Kraken 2 rolled really low so far. Looks like UrielMan's going straight in at the 1 hour, 41 minute, and we'll say about 30 second mark. Ooh, gonna do this Topher check here.
No, he saw this. He's doing a level grind.
Oh, yeah, this is smart. But I'm not sure if he's actually got this. Well, yeah, they're not tough, so...
Yeah, no, he's got a black shirt, so that'll do the job almost by itself.
It's like Rumble's gonna take on these worms here. I don't like the way Rumble's going through his fade charges like this. But he does have heal too, that shares but life too, so that's not so bad. Rumblefish is about to pull Tiamat 2 at the 1 hour 42 minute mark. What do you got for us, Tia 2? White shirt, fade, power bonk, and some wall action on quad B, I'm guessing? No, quad D. Probably watching out for that.
And I counted the charges. He's got 10 fade charges spread out amongst the white wizards right now.
That could be enough to pull this off. Right now, though, he's got to go all offense, fades and swing. Because if a nuke comes out now with those mages low like this could be bad.
We got Paper Tiamat now, too. Oh, wow.
Wow. None of the fiends have rolled above 600 or 700, I don't think.
Yeah, the downside is we haven't really seen what any of the those fiends had for abilities, which means pretty much practically everything is on the table for Chaos to be something really, really mean.
Yep, I guess we're gonna see what the big guy has to offer right now. Rumblefish organizing his party. He's out of fades on BB. He's only got 2 charges left on DD. I haven't seen what CC has left for magic, but I would think you gotta put all up defense right away. You can't wait.
Alright. Chaos, what you got?
Fade. Fog 2. The white shirt is on CC at the bottom, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna power bonk the fighter. Oh, Chaos comes out swinging and takes down BBBB. There goes some Invis, but he's gonna get up 1 white shirt. He's gonna fade, power bonk, and white shirt again. Chaos a free round, lit 2, not gonna do much. More defense is going out after seeing Tiamat hit. Chaos hit for that much. You gotta get your defenses up quick. Those fades aren't hitting.
And
He's out.
Oh,
what a shot!
Oh boy.
Looks like this is gonna be down to a swing and a prayer soon. Inferno comes out with the 2 ribbon protected though. If a nuke comes out now, this could be devastating.
Did the smart thing, having his 2 party members with ribbons at the bottom, and there's the...
Oh, hold A and pray. Oh, another paper.
Oh, dang. That was some luck for Rumblefish, and it pays off. Rumblefish finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 1:44.53. GG, and UrielMan forfeits immediately afterwards.
Alright, UrielMan has declined to have an interview. We'll see if we're going to get Rumblefish in here or not. Yeah, Rumblefish is about to join us in the booth.
Yeah, we definitely have some questions. the primary question, the primary thing Rumblefish did, it paid off in the end big.
Yeah, re-rolling paid off major time.
Gets you through the early game quick, and it lasted all the way through to the end.
Well, while we're waiting for Rumble to join us, I'm going to see if I can't grab the schedule here.
And while we're waiting on that, I'd like to thank everyone that made this broadcast possible. Speed Gaming for putting this on. Hangry Canuck and myself for commentary. Thunderclawed, our tracker. Our 2 runners. Without all those and everyone else that I may be forgetting to mention, we wouldn't be able to put this on for your guys' entertainment.
Alright, well, we still have a full slate coming up here. At 1500 Eastern, we have Much Paranoia versus Durrun. That's taking place on SG2. At 1600 Eastern, we have Danny 3883 taking on Elastoid. Also at 1600 Eastern, we have Cyrenus versus Demarine 2. At 1900 Eastern, we have Alligator Brat versus Sledge Calamity. That is on Randomania 1. And coming up at 2000 Eastern, We have 3 matches. We have Sonywrath11 versus Broadster on SG3. We have Shadowwalker227 versus Spellzap on RBG Limit Break. And we have KennyStar76 versus Ale Markin, and that is being restrained by St. Fun Jester. That looks like an After Dark match, so that might be a little bit much for the kiddies. And rounding out the even at 2100 Eastern, we have Lord Philibes versus Web1024. That you can see on SG2. And that is the rest of your Final Fantasy Rando action for tonight. I don't know if Rumble didn't get an invite or...
It wasn't the... He should be getting one now.
So stay tuned, folks. There's lots more Final Fantasy Rando action going on today.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And tomorrow, because this is just going to be the end of week 3. There is still 3 more Swiss weeks to go.
And we have Rumblefish in the booth. GG.
Thank you much. That was a fun seed.
Yeah.
Yep. We have the first obvious question. That early decision for the reroll. We know it was because of Fade. What was your mindset when you did that so early in?
I like my Fade. Level 1, you early on you need to have a white mage to use it, and I thought, well, if I have 3 Fade casters, it's good, helpful, and so I want that. And I also want, so I just felt like that was just going to be making a powerhouse about the rest of the seed, and I think that was the right decision. I was kind of like, in hindsight, I was like, maybe I should have kept 1 as like a black wizard or a red wizard in case I ran into like a spell I wanted. Then the seed went on though. I mean, I think that more or less I was very happy with those multiple fades throughout the seed.
Yep, I know you didn't. I'm pretty sure you didn't check any of the black magic, but I guess just so you know, Temper was at 2, Fast was at 3.
I see.
Yeah, the only other thing of note was like Nuke at 6, but yeah, but that was.
Yeah. Warp must have been level 8, as well as your Cure 4 must have hit level 8 as well, because we didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of spells that I just didn't see, and of course I just kind of stopped checking after a while. I thought it was kind of good with what I had, but there was some risk to that decision, but I think it paid off in the end.
Yeah, that Topher was real kind to you in this match, because it could have easily, if it had rolled some like high HP, high evade, it could have stymied you real good. But it was like 4 out of 5 bosses were nothing.
Right. I mean, she went by so fast. I didn't even see. Did she have like less than 200 hit points? I mean, I think she was down with 2 fades, and one of them hit for 88. So she must have been just absolute like tissue paper. And I mean, each of the fiends and Topher Revisited. I mean, they all seemed. I mean, I think maybe the last 2 weren't exactly smooth sailing, but like Kraken, for example, took out. With that Bane spell, took out 2 of my warriors. Luckily, I had the life 2 on the 1 surviving white wizard, so I was able to get him up pretty quickly. That might have actually changed things if I did not. If he was able to Bane through a warrior without life spell. But I mean, yeah. Except for Chaos, I have to say that Chaos was a bit of a nail biter because took out my warriors, 2 of my warriors pretty quickly. And then I was just down to the warrior, I think, when that nuke was unleashed. So, luckily, I think it hit like 1,000 hit points when I had my warrior tempered up with powered box. So I was able to prevail, but that could have been a really disappointing wipe.
And one thing that we were concerned about at a midpoint, because I think at the time you were rocking the Bane Sword with your knights, and we had seen Uriel had been through ordeals at that point, so we knew the X-Cal was there. We were kind of worried that you might have skipped that in pursuit of maybe other key item checks or something.
But yeah, I did eventually. I didn't want to go to ordeals because kind of the negative side to having all those wet wizards. I didn't have warp, which is a nice spell to have if you're if you take a wrong turn in the pillar maze. And I also think it's kind of a big chunk of time to go through there if I could avoid that. But as I went through, I started like the process-simulation. I started realizing like the chances are pretty good that ordeals was going to have a necessary. Actually, I didn't have a necessary item, but it was an opal bracelet, right? Anyway, so eventually I went there. I did get there eventually because I thought that chances were pretty good it was going to have a progression item, but it ended up being the right decision because of Excalibur. I wouldn't want to have to wield a Bane sword against Chaos or the Fiends. That would have been a lot more challenging.
And I think the whole warp concern was largely a moot point because I don't think we saw a warp either. That must have hit. I think that might have hit level 8 as well.
That's good to know. But all in all, I think it was a really cool seed. I mean, some of the enemies, if I didn't go with those multiple fades, I mean, would have caused a lot of problems. Like, I know one of the progression items was in the canal was in Marsh Cave, right? Or is that the Chime? Something was in Marsh Cave. They needed to go there.
That was the canal.
That was the canal, yeah. And like, you know, a lot of the enemies there had stone. Like, if I didn't have like those fade spells to be able to wipe everything out, it would have made things a lot more challenging, I think. So the three white mages definitely paid off.
Yep, definitely. Though I think the one routing decision that really put you ahead was your initial decision to skip past the armory and just go straight to carry. Because that got you your 2 ribbons, it got you the floater, and that was pretty much, the floater was quite literally the last key item that UrielMan got.
Wow. Oh, that's too bad, because, I mean, like, that's a general practice I have, is that I would go through the volcano first, and then I would do the armory after I beat carry and get out, because sometimes, if you're lucky enough, the items you get, you know, in some of the lower levels of the volcano would be useful. You don't have to go through the... I mean, the armory is like probably the most densely packed densely packed treasure chests in the entire game. But it is still a detour, and if you can avoid the detour, that can save you some time.
Yeah, the armory didn't really have much this time around.
So that paid off many ways, more ways than one, I guess.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm just really excited about the tournament. Finally got a win in. This is my first win through and there's a lot of really good players, and the community is also, you know, we're very competitive here, but we're also very welcoming. It's a really fun group, and everyone is, you know, it's a classic game. That you really can't improve upon. They improved upon it with the randomizer, and on top of that, we have this great community that's very welcoming. So people who are like watching and maybe interested in checking out the randomizer, I highly recommend it. You know, we have a Discord that I'm sure that you guys can link to, and you should check it out.
All right. So since UrielMan declined to have an interview, I think that brings this broadcast to a close. Any final thoughts?
I think I kind of gave them there. I'm looking forward for round 4 in the tournament, and I think that I still have a shot at winning the tournament, right? And it's still technically possible if I go through like the last chance qualifier or something. If I get 3-2, I think
3-3 because 6 rounds of Swiss. But yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's still a chance for me to win the tournament as competitive as skilled as the other players are. I'm gonna see if I can pull it off.
All right. So for Speed Gaming, our tracker Thunderclawed, Angry Canuck, and myself, Melee Wizard, have a nice day.